I found out. So I had an architect come over to mine this morning at 8 a.m. because neighbours are doing some extension, party wall, blah blah. And he was like, I was like, oh, so what extension are they getting done? And he was like, oh, you know your. Oh, maybe this is interesting for the pod, but then
we're rolling. We can open with this.
Right. I don't know if I want to expose this because you could probably find out where I live from it. But it turns out my neighbour who's just moved in, is doing all these works, won Wimbledon this year.
As in like Wimbledon.
As in Wimbledon. He won the men's doubles.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, the architect was like looking around, taking pictures of my joining wall, and he goes, "Oh, it's really cool, isn't it? That like you've got a Wimbledon champion living next door." And I was like, "What?
Andy Murray?
Yeah, what? Novak? Yeah, won the doubles.
Fucking
sick.
You live the high life now, mate.
Mate, that's just the sort of circles I operate.
West London boy.
Yeah, just the £8 million houses.
Yeah, respect. Honestly, that's a nice way to intro the podcast.
Are we on? Are we going?
I think we are.
Do you like my T-shirt?
Yeah, mate. You wore that last time.
I'm gonna wear it every episode until Macclesfield lose.
Imagine Macclesfield knock Fulham out of the FA Cup.
No,
they've got Brentford next.
But I have to
They're
give
getting
you the
closer.
top.
They're getting geographically closer to Fulham every single time.
Brentford probably. I don't know. Brentford will probably handle them. I think most Premier League teams would beat Macclesfield, don't you?
No, I don't. Good team. Good team. We spoke about this briefly on a short. I don't even know if we would have made the short. We were waffling. We often, when we make shorts, we just waffle in between and it gets cut out. About middle names.
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Charles.
What's your last name?
Clapson.
Charles. But you go by John Charles.
Yeah, I just use it for work. Choose my middle name.
Respect.
I always have. I think it was a way of keeping some sort of control of my private life, but realistically, that doesn't.
No,
in
well,
this
I feel like
game,
once it
you
comes
don't
out,
even have it.
It comes out.
Yeah. You said you had a weird middle name.
I do. Do you want to try and guess what it is?
Maybe
not Paul. My mum and dad might be listening.
Balassi.
Zaha.
Ian Holloway.
It's Ian Holloway. But it's nothing to do with Palace.
Is it a traditionally English name?
No.
No.
I mean, don't panic too much about that. It's not English, no.
It's not English.
No.
Is it European? I feel like we're doing one of those games.
Yeah.
Is
it active? No, it's not European.
Is it
well, it is European.
It's
yes,
European.
It's also European.
Sven.
No, it's not that European. Think closer to home.
Marco.
Think closer to home.
Closer to home. Welsh.
Yeah, I think it's
it Welsh?
Welsh name. Let me look it up.
Harry Wilson.
No.
Let
me just quickly check this. I'm pretty sure it's a Welsh name.
I'm not going to be able to pronounce it.
It's Welsh and English. You will know how to pronounce it.
Well, I don't know. It might be like that village that's impossible to say in Wales. Abergavenny.
No, it's not that well. Let me try and find some famous people who have had this name.
Gavin.
It actually works as a first name or a last name.
Gavin.
No, there's actually an active player who plays for Coventry who has this as their first name.
Right. Well, you lost me at Coventry. Frank Lampard.
No.
I don't know, mate. You're gonna have to give me more. I don't know my Welsh.
What
names.
about? Do you know who created rugby, the sport?
I don't.
What's my co-host?
How would I know that? Do you know who created rugby, Jacob?
No, he doesn't know.
No,
because you guys are uncultured. That's why. It's Ellis. Is my middle name?
Oh,
Ellis Platten. That's
you could have just said. You could have just said we'd had someone with this name on the show.
Shit, it's also not even weird. What?
Is Ellis Welsh?
It's a really normal name.
Is Ellis a Welsh name?
Yeah, it's Welsh and English.
It's quite nice. So you could go Ollie Ellis.
I could, yeah.
Ollie Ellis.
Should I do it? Should I just go by Ellis Thomas just to
Thomas.
mog away days?
No, that's weird.
It is a weird name. It is like
it just doesn't Ollie.
I
Ellis
completely
Thomas.
forgot that Ellis was Ellis, and we literally had someone called Ellis on the show, and I was just slagging off the name.
I like the name.
I mean, it's my name, so I'm not obviously I rate it.
It's a middle name.
It's so middle name.
Did you ever want to be called something else when you were a kid?
Yeah, I wanted to be called Danny.
I'm laughing, but I wanted to be called Jason.
Yeah, well, you know what? We have gone for that's a similar vibe of names. It just sound pretty cool. You sound like a surfer dude. My girlfriend's dad's called Jason.
Jason.
So now my vision of the name Jason has kind of changed from cool guy to dad. Right. He's a cool guy as well, obviously.
Well, welcome back to the podcast, the Nearly Men podcast, hosted by Jason and Danny today.
Another by JJCC and Ollie Ellis.
Ollie Ellis sounds so strange to me.
That was some nice waffling.
Yeah, we should get into the concept of today's one. I'm excited by it, my friend. Do you want to intro it for us?
Yeah, the premise today is 10 players who need saving. They're on the brink of becoming nearly men.
Right.
And how can we stop them becoming nearly men? Because I don't actually know if I've mentioned this on camera before, but Palace won the FA Cup last year, so I kind of know what it
They've
takes.
not won an FA Cup game since.
To go from, we haven't only played one though. To be fair, doesn't matter what happened. We've got 10 players from around Europe. We're branching out, by the way. We know European football.
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Danny and Jason, that's our thing as well. Danny and Jason always spud.
Yeah. DJ. No, don't worry. Anyway, 10 players. Do you want to go straight into it?
Yeah, go on. Give me your first name.
Where should we start? Let's start with a player who has had a failed transfer already this season. Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott
went on loan to Villa, scored their first goal of this season.
I feel like I'm being a bad person by saying this, but I think he just needs to stop being
A twat.
a dickhead.
Yeah. that would help.
Obviously, have some bad blood with him at Fulham. I don't necessarily blame him for it. I think he was young and a kid, but he left on some pretty bad terms. Well, he left on bad terms. And then
a lot of stuff's come out of like personal WhatsApps and his
weird
Snapchat, and it's just like this guy just doesn't really come across as a very nice person.
Yeah.
But that might be outdated.
There was a weird thing about Harry Kane, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And coincidentally, he's never played for England since.
Make of that what you will.
But yeah, I just don't think he fits in. I remember my when he signed for Villa, one of my mates is a big Villa fan. And he was like, "Oh yeah, what a signing!" And I actually called it. I was like, "I don't think it'll work."
Really?
I just said to him, I was like, it's one of the lads I went to Australia with. I was like, I just don't think he's a good egg. Which sounds like a bit of a horrible thing to say on a podcast talking about football. I don't know the guy, but I just think.
But players have a reputation.
I just think and it clearly hasn't worked. And I think with Emery, like at Villa, they kind of needed a Harvey Elliott. They needed a midfielder who could. We spoke about it in the previous episode. I made a shout for a player that Villa should sign. Go watch it. But I think like they needed a player that could fill that role. Like Harvey Elliott on paper was a perfect fit.
Fits everything.
And it just hasn't worked, and there's a reason for it.
He's fundamentally a good footballer as well. Like don't forget Euro 2025. Under 21s.
Yeah, he was playing the tournament. And obviously, like, Jurgen Klopp didn't play him all the time, but he liked him. So there's clearly he's
they got minutes last year for Liverpool.
He's clearly liked.
So he can't play for another team this season, I'm pretty sure, because he's played for Liverpool and for Villa. I think that's right. He has to move out of Europe.
You'd have to go back to Liverpool only, right?
Yeah. Or which I don't
go out
think is going to happen, or go out of Europe. I think
MLS rumours, by the way.
MLS, I don't know if
that's nuts.
He might have had some sort of confirmation by the time this episode goes out. But long term, what is Harvey Elliott's future? I don't think he should leave Liverpool. He would have played for Liverpool this season. You can't convince me otherwise.
So maybe stay at Liverpool. I was going to say figure out your best position because it kind of feels like it's like, what is he? What do you do? What do you get from Harvey Elliott?
Is he a 10? Is he a centre mid?
Sometimes you can be too versatile.
Yeah.
And then you become surplus to like requirements because it's like where do you play? Do you just do a bit of everything all right? Like a 7 out of 10 everywhere. He's
got the same profile as like a lot of players. We spoke about it a bit on the last episode as well. Like these like left-footed right wingers who are like more technical in the pockets than out wide.
Yeah.
But you've got to be really good to be able to do that.
Yeah,
he like low key would suit Palace's formation really well. Harvey Elliott as a right 10, but I just don't think we'd have.
I don't see it. I like your shout. I think he just needs to probably stay at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I don't know why he left. I mean, I do know why he left.
But who would another Prem team pay good money for him? Would you have him back at Fulham?
No.
Brighton
purely for that attitude, though. Purely for that attitude. I mean, he's not done himself any favours with the whole Villa move now. That's just because you look at that and you do just think, well, if you can't make it work at Villa with Emery, the team that are third in the league, the time recording, they're brilliant.
Yeah. Also, they need depth. Like Villa need players.
Like, he's not getting. He's not. It's not that he's just like getting rotated. He's not playing.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a worry.
He was linked to Brighton, but now they've got Minter and Ruter, who are like quite similar. They're like left-footed attacking players. Like, would they go and spend 30 million? They probably. Thing is, a club could go and get Harvey Elliott now for probably 30 million.
How old is he? 23? 24?
He's young. He's like 20. Yeah, about that. We can get a fact check on that. But like, you could buy him now, and in 2 years' time, flip him for 50 to a big team. And like, he obviously has the ability to do it because Liverpool. He's 22.
He's 22.
And Liverpool were willing to spend the money on him. That is still young.
He's the perfect player to start this list off with because he's got so much talent. Like you said, to be the player of the tournament.
Elliot Anderson was in that tournament playing every game for England, and Harvey Elliott was deemed better than him.
Yeah. No, he was really good. In the games I watched, he was really, really good as well. Yeah. So, yeah, I think Liverpool is a good... It sounds weird to say good step when he's a Liverpool player, but go back to Liverpool. If Arne Slot does leave, maybe another manager will come in and fancy you a bit more.
Maybe Xabi
Alonso.
He's England's answer to Arda
do you know what? Arda Güler. It's a similar vibe, isn't it? It's a similar vibe.
Yeah. I like that.
Xabi Alonso, do what you can to get Arne Slot out of Liverpool. If you're Harvey Elliott, if you're watching.
Yeah.
Get Xabi Alonso to Liverpool.
Cut your hair, look like Arda Güler.
Kick a bottle and fall over.
Yeah, bang. You're sorted.
Yeah, I like that.
On the right side. Mo Salah probably out the door as well in the next 6 months.
Yeah. I think there's some in there.
So Harvey Elliott, just stay at Liverpool.
Go back to Liverpool and see if he can make it work.
Keep going. Let's go across to Manchester United.
United.
Kobbie Mainoo, whose future has changed dramatically in the past week or so by Ruben Amorim getting the...
Well,
you would assume he's in the future plans of any Man United manager, wouldn't you?
I think Manchester United need to realise that and it's like we spoke about why they shouldn't go for Glasner, that they can't play a back three or a back five.
Work. And Kobbie Mainoo can't play in that situation.
And that's why it's suit Kobbie Mainoo moving forwards now. Get him in a midfield with Casemiro, probably Bruno just in front of them. That probably feels like their best midfield for now, unless they go get Baleba or Wharton.
Which they might.
Which they could. But I think Kobbie Mainoo has got a chance for a fresh start at Manchester United. I mean, this is a player that was in the Euros final, and he was one of our players of the tournament?
Yeah, well,
brilliant.
Kobbie Mainoo's Euro 2024, I do think is a bit overrated. I'm going to be honest, because England were just in general we were terrible. And like Mainoo was good. He got on the ball quite a lot and was very tidy, but like he got absolutely dog walked in that final by Spain's midfield. And because England in general was so bad, it wasn't really spoken about. And that's fine. I'm not saying we should go and hate Kobbie Mainoo because of that, but like, I don't think he was our player at the tournament, really. I think it's similar to Harvey Elliott in that he needs to work out what his best position is as well, because he's played up front for Man United and actually done like all right. Yeah. So he's obviously not a striker, but is he like a 10? Is he an 8? Like, where does he... If you had an empty team and you just had Kobbie Mainoo and you could build a team around him, where would you play him? Where do you think his best position is?
Well, from the evidence we've seen, I don't think this works for Man United because Bruno's better there and they've got Cunha that could play there as well. But I think he's a 10. Yeah. The way I see him play, like I don't see him as an 8.
No.
He's definitely not 6.
He's kind of like a left hand. So he kind of plays in a similar position to where like Eze would play, maybe a little bit like deeper, I think. But like you need to have a USP as a midfielder.
Yeah, of course.
He's a midfielder who I think I have like a bit of a weird agenda against these kind of players for just no reason, who are like really tidy on the ball, but like what do you do other than be tidy on the ball? I get rattled by players like that.
So you want to see like either more defensively sound or more progressive,
or add goals to your game.
Yeah,
you can't just be like, and obviously being a midfielder, you do need to move the ball up the pitch and stuff, but like, you need to have something. You need to be decisive at like one end of the pitch, I think, to be a truly elite midfielder.
But I think that you could argue that obviously he broke into the England team very young, he broke into the Man United team young, but then with Ruben Amorim coming in, like that's just halted any of that progression.
Yeah,
he's not been able to do that for the best part of the year, 18 months. True. So I think he needs a manager that can trust him and he can grow.
So he thinks to just.
I think he has to stay at United.
He will be. I think he'll be one of the first names. It also, like from a PR perspective, the new United managers play Kobbie Mainoo, and people will love you.
I think we had it on our 2 episodes ago. Was it 2 episodes ago?
Which one?
Well, which episode did I hear it in that? Like Amorim was the anti-Man United manager.
Leah said that a couple
Was it Leah?
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah. So Leah said it. Yeah. I only listened to the Nearly Men podcast and they just blur into one. If you didn't know, I flew back from Australia and I just listened to all of our podcasts constantly.
Yeah, no, rightly so.
But yeah, I think like Amorim was the anti-Man United manager, and I think obviously Kobbie Mainoo being a youth product, like, he's now going to get the chance to play, and that's important. So stay at Man United.
We're really pushing the battle so far. Harvey Elliott, stay at Liverpool.
Go beat your club.
Kobbie Mainoo. It's about patience. Patience is a virtue.
This episode is sponsored by Hill Coaching Company.
Feeling stuck, bored, or quietly running on empty? Oliver Hill is a UK-based business coach guiding leaders, founders, and entrepreneurs to intentional happiness, wealth, and legacy.
The work is direct and challenging. Honest conversations exposing the self-sabotage and breaking down the comfort zones that no longer serve you.
The result? Clearer decisions, stronger relationships, genuine happiness, and success that feels enjoyable.
Find out more at hillcoachingcompany.co.uk.
Next one, another English midfielder who's playing in Dortmund, Job Bellingham.
Mate, the moment he moved to Dortmund, as romantic as it looked, was just ridiculous to me, because you're never going to be as good as Jude. And there was this whole narrative around, who am I to question the Bellinghams and how they've managed their kids, because they've obviously gone on to do amazing things.
Jude Bellingham's actually pretty good.
Jude's good at football, but it felt like such a mistake to send Job to Dortmund, because he was always going to be in that shadow. And they spoke in the same breath. They were saying, you know, like, he wears Job on his shirt. He's not Bellingham. He wants to be his own sort of player. Why go to Dortmund? Why follow?
Is Dortmund not like an objectively good place for young players?
Fantastic, but there's many clubs that are, and I just think like you're always going to be compared to Jude there.
Yeah.
how good, like, Job would have to have played 9 out of 10 every single week at Dortmund to have validated the move, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
If he was ever anything under, it was always going to be, but you're not as good as your brother, but you're not as good as your brother.
Yeah, he'll have that comparison.
So from a career move, and this and what we're discussing, it just always felt wrong to me. Like, he would have had to have gone to Dortmund and scored in his first season 15 goals and got 5 assists and 1 player of the season for them to have gone, oh, he might be better or as good as Joe. Like, it was never going to be a win.
And that's the thing, for Jude, it made so much sense because everyone knew he was like a generational talent. And going to Dortmund meant that he then could pick any club in the world because like he's not limited to England. Whereas like Joe Bellingham is obviously good, but like his future probably lies in the Prem.
Mate, imagine, I mean, it's all hindsight, it's so easy to say, but imagine him in this Sunderland team now, pushing for the top 6-7 places of the Premier League, and he'd be getting minutes every single week.
But
and standing out.
Oh, he would be. He'd probably start over like Siddiqui or.
He'd be, but they wouldn't have signed. He would be standing out. So I just think the move didn't make any sense to me. So my brain is saying to get out of Dortmund as quick as you can.
Where should he go?
I think he needs to go to. Unlike Jude, I think he needs to go to a Premier League team.
Yeah,
and I think he needs to go to like not a top 6. But I think a Palace, a Fulham.
I've got my hand raised right now for audio listeners.
Are you going Palace?
We wanted him.
Well, I think Palace, I think Fulham, I think Everton. I think that sort of level of team where he can play every week.
And he can also, again, work out like what he is.
But also like, just then they said this. I'm not going to keep going on about it, but they said they wanted him to be his own person. Go and become your own.
Jude has never played in the Prem.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
I think he would have been really good at Palace because he is versatile, right? Like he's played. I know he's like chipped in with goals for Sunderland previously, but when I watched the playoffs, I think he played quite deep. He did a lot of like defensive work, and he did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Whack him in a Palace team where you can play in a midfield too. You could also play further forward, and then you can just decide what you are. Loads of games as well.
Yeah, I like it.
I think that level is definitely right, and also like he's not insanely expensive. I think Dortmund. He is getting a lot of minutes for Dortmund, mostly off the bench, and like Prem money. If some Prem team offered like 30,
I think they'd get him for 30 mil.
They'd get him, and that's not necessarily bad value. No. I don't think for a player who is still really young.
Yeah.
And
yeah. He's gonna be 20.
He's similar like athletic build to Jude, right? And like that's like an archetype midfielder. Really.
Yeah. But I like that we haven't discussed this and we've agreed on all 3 so far. We hadn't discussed where these players should go or what we should do. We're both in agreement. Premier League.
It's because we're objectively correct and very intelligent.
Yeah, we do know ball.
We know ball. Let's test our ball knowledge by going further afield.
Oh God, I'm getting nervous.
Let's go for Endrick.
The new Pele.
Who is at Lyon right now. He scored on debut.
I did see that.
And he whipped out. Did you see the celebration?
Yeah.
It was like the most convoluted celebration I've ever seen in my life, but it was pretty cool. But this is like a generational talent in theory.
Yeah. Of course.
Does his future lie at Madrid?
It's difficult to say with the new manager, obviously, now. We don't know who that's going to be. But
technically Arbeloa. I think Arbeloa is not an interim. I think.
No, he is the manager.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a short-term hire, but that he has not been announced as the interim
until
coach.
they get Ancelotti back.
Yeah, until they just beg Ancelotti to come back from Brazil.
I think it's really difficult to see how anybody displaces Kylian Mbappe for some serious minutes at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Over the next 5-10 years.
And
Mbappe's going nowhere.
9.
He's going nowhere.
That squad's just been built so weirdly because like you got like 3 really good left wingers.
Yeah.
Vinny, Mbappe, and Rodrigo. You got no real striker. Oh, I know Mbappe's like done all right up front, but like he's not like a. I think he's arguably proved so far that if you have Mbappe as your striker, you won't win major trophies.
Is there a world? No, it's not. It's not harsh. Is there a world where where Vinny gets moved on, Mbappe goes to the left, and Endrick finds himself in the middle?
I think there is definitely a world where that happens. I think Vinny will leave Madrid in the next like few years.
So what we've worked out is Endrick needs to gaslight Vinicius Junior into leaving.
Yeah, you're so much better than this.
You're so much
better.
better. Like,
why are you here?
Leon is unreal. You should come to PSG. You know,
yeah,
go
PSG would love you.
Love
Kylian Mbappe actually said that you should move to PSG.
And then Endrick takes that number 9 shirt. Mbappe goes out to the left, and we've got a balanced team.
Boom. Because Real Madrid do need a striker. But Endrick
you're
is
saying this.
not the mold.
I feel like people are going to be screaming at us, going, Mbappe scored
59 goals.
1 billion goals, and I know none of them mattered, but he did score 1 billion goals.
Well, yeah, he did. Mbappe
So
famously won the nearly man of 2025 on the podcast while you were away.
Yeah.
I'm sure you
No, I
listened to
did see that. Yeah, I did.
But
'Cause
equally,
you literally use the words like no one cares about his
No
the
one
goals.
cares.
No one will remember, but he scored 60 goals.
yeah, nothing.
He matched
absolutely nothing came
Ronaldo's
of it.
calendar year, didn't he?
Because it doesn't work as like a coherent. I mean, but that's maybe just a wider Real Madrid problem. Is Real Madrid a good place for young players to develop?
Yeah. I mean, look at Jude Bellingham. It depends what type of. You have to have a lot of character. You got to have you got to have a lot to do it. But I think it is. But I can't see Endrick getting any minutes if Mbappe's staying up front, and maybe Mbappe runs that dressing room now. Does he want to stay up front? Does he want the goals? Is he going to get pushed out to the left and score less?
Mbappe will want to be up front. I'm pretty confident of that. So let's say Endrick has to get a move, permanent move. Let's hypothetically say it. First of all, how much would that cost? God knows, because he didn't cost Real Madrid that much money, did he?
But what contract is he on? Has he got a long-term contract there? They're going to let him go.
Fact check right now.
On that.
Okay,
if he's under a big contract,
let's say money's not an issue.
Where should he go?
Go?
I weirdly can see him in like the Italian league. I don't know why,
Really?
but I know that
Stat padding.
I can't see anybody paying the money for him to get him there. But I can see him stat padding and growing his career there, and then coming to the Premier League in like 2 or 3 years after that. I don't see a Premier League club taking a gamble on him. I don't see who needs a striker. Arsenal, are they going to pay for him?
2030.
His contract's till 2030, so he's got 4 years. I don't see Arsenal, who need a striker, taking a gamble on Endrick. They took a gamble on Gyökeres. Like a lot of Premier League teams who would gamble on. Who would gamble that? You need guarantees, I think.
Yeah.
If you're looking at up front, and
For a player of
he's
that
not
level.
for a player of that level, and he's not.
I think the Lyon loan is not a bad thing to do at all. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not quite Real Madrid level, Real Madrid are going to ask for a lot of money to get him out. But young players go on loan the whole time. But he could get high level loans.
Well, what do you think with him? Where do you think he goes? I see Italy as the next move,
Italian
and then
loan.
come into the Premier League when he's like 24, 25.
Maybe like an AC Milan loan.
Yes, I
Is
see
that
it.
crazy? I don't think it is, because like that he is good enough to play for a big team, but like Real Madrid. But then
So you think a couple of loan moves to raise his stock?
they
so that
have to
can
get
then-
his development right.
they have
That's
to
the
get-
thing.
yeah.
It's like this is a player who is so highly rated. He can't afford to like sit on a bench, because he could be
Yeah.
one of Brazil's best ever players, and you have to play regularly.
Brazil's squad is so unbalanced, but their front three options are insane.
Yeah,
if
but
you think about it.
Every time I look at Brazil's starting 11, I'm like, this is actually just a pile of poo.
Yeah, I know, but they're going to put Thiago up front over him
Thiago, Mateus,
It's
Cunha, and
insane.
João Pedro front
Yeah,
three. I'm like,
instead
what
of
are you
Vinicius
doing?
Junior, Rodrigo, and Endrick.
Yeah, Rafinha
with
just behind them.
Estevao and Rafinha coming on in the 50th
It's such
minute.
a weirdly built squad, but they've got a really good future. Mate, Edric to Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean that was already a rumor, wasn't it? Before he went to Madrid.
Mate, oh my god.
Endrick to Chelsea.
Why didn't we say that last episode?
Endrick
Chelsea
to
sign
Chelsea.
Edric.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Get Edric. Fuck.
That does make sense with Estevao and Endrick up front
Filth.
and Cole Palmer just behind.
That's unreal. Oh my god. We've literally fixed Chelsea and Edric.
I don't know if I want to fix Chelsea. Can we cut this? I don't want that. Oh, they would be so good.
That's the play. That's the play. Oh, I'm really annoyed I didn't say that last episode. Oh well. Edric, go to Chelsea. I mean, but should you be recommending young players to go to Chelsea? That's a different question. Possibly not.
It's a better move for stay at Lyon, obviously on your loan, see how it goes, and then maybe Chelsea. Would they take him on loan? Nah, I don't think it would fit their
probably
model.
not.
They'd want to buy him.
They
They'd
probably
want
want
to
to
buy
buy
him.
for like £10.
Yeah.
Talking of Chelsea,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a bit of a hear me out potential nearly man here.
You're not going to say Estevao.
I'm not going to say Estevao. I'm going to say Cole Palmer.
You know when you can just feel anger. Behind that lens, I can feel anger. Cole Palmer.
If Cole Palmer and Chelsea carry on their trajectories, Chelsea will not be able to fulfil Cole Palmer's potential as a player.
Right, which would ultimately lead him to being a nearly man.
Yes.
I suppose
Cole
what's he
Palmer
won?
could-
He's won the Conference League and he's won the
Club World Cup.
Club World Cup.
Great. Good.
He has also scored less goals last calendar year than Emil Smith-Rowe in the
He's-
Prem.
Fair enough. He has got crippling injury problems,
Mm.
which is a worry
Yeah.
for him. But he can't just sit there and like finish fourth and win a cup every year. He's like an elite talent. I think we can agree that.
Of course.
Are Chelsea going to
Fulfill
that?
Yeah.
Well, if they sign Endrick, maybe.
It's tough, isn't it? I think with Arsenal, looking how good Arsenal are, looking how good City are Chelsea really going to compete and win the Premier League with Rafinha as manager in the next 2 years?
And like,
And that's where Cole Palmer is. He should be.
Your window is small. maybe in 3 or 4 years, Chelsea might be at the level. But like, is that good enough for Palmer?
Does he sacrifice that?
Possibly not. And there have been some murmurings over the past couple of weeks of Chelsea love a PR story. If you read a Chelsea story in the press, it's probably come directly from the club. And they are pushing now that Esteval is like the future of the project.
Yeah.
I think they are soft launching a Cole Palmer sale.
Wow.
I think if a team
it's a
comes
big
in,
claim.
I think a team would come like
Who's buying him?
Oh mate, who's not buying him?
Well,
Man United is a big one.
I know he's a United fan.
And I think
Well,
he
that's a
moves
terrible
mountains.
step. That's a terrible step
For
for Cole
him,
Palmer.
that's true.
I think if Cole Palmer's got the right people around him and he's got his head screwed on, he does not go to Manchester United.
Real Madrid.
You would go to Real Madrid. Where does he play in that squad?
On the right.
Would he play?
Yeah, I think so. Over Arda Güler.
And Rodrigo?
Yeah, I think he'd start. I think he'd start for Real Madrid. Well,
Yeah.
to do him like again, if he's got like a chronic groin injury, which loads of players seem to have nowadays. So I think it's similar to what Lamine Yamal has. Like
the
go there.
the pubic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gross. It's a bit less intense there. He could probably rest a bit more.
Yeah.
I can see Cole Palmer fitting in at Real Madrid. Endrick Cole Palmer swap deal. Who says no?
Oh, I think Chelsea would say no.
Possibly
Right now,
Real
I
Madrid
think
would say no.
Chelsea would say no. But
They'd be tempted. They would be tempted.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think they'd be tempted.
there would be. Would there be outrage in the Chelsea community?
Yeah.
I think they'd be outraged with that deal.
I really think they're soft launching the Cole Palmer sale. I do.
Mate, it's crazy. The reason I'm silent is I'm just processing it. I think it's a big claim. Cole Palmer, maybe not to Chelsea, but I think to Chelsea fans and to us as Premier League and football fans, like he is the future of Chelsea ever
He's the
actually winning.
shining
If
light.
Chelsea are to win the Premier League in the next 2 years,
Yeah.
it's Cole Palmer.
Yeah, exactly.
If they don't have him, they don't do it.
But yeah, I think that part of the project, Palmer at Chelsea has an expiry date. I think might not be this year. I'm not saying he should leave now, but
Back to City. Could you see a world where that happens?
nah,
Not right now.
Cherky, Foden in that
Semenyo,
position. No, I
there's a
don't
lot
think
of
that
options
happens.
there, yeah.
I think Palmer to Real Madrid, Endrick to Chelsea.
I don't hate it.
Not a direct swap. Not a direct swap.
I
but
love that
like,
we've just winged it and we've worked it out.
I've not got any notes. I've just got Cole Palmer in here. That's it.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no notes.
Unfortunately for Chelsea fans, I think I can see it. Endrick
But
would be a more attractive proposition for them and their model.
Dare I say, like long term, that Chelsea could win. Like Endrick has a higher ceiling than Cole Palmer. Is that fair to say?
I don't know.
He has more hype around. Does he have more hype around him?
I mean,
Endrick's
yeah,
a bit more of an
he's-
unknown quantity.
Yeah, there's that picture of Endrick looking like Pele, isn't there? Lifting
Yeah.
him up in the,
Endrick is viewed as like a god in some parts of the world. Cole Palmer is maybe viewed as a god in a certain part of West London.
West London. Yeah.
Debatably. But like Endrick could in theory be like a GOAT level striker in theory. Whereas Palmer's
Yeah.
not going to be a GOAT level number 10. Probably.
Depends how you value. I mean, his performances in big games
It's good.
is good.
Yeah,
so
it's
like
good.
if he can win Chelsea, I don't know. I don't see. Yeah, I'm trying to finish these sentences, but I
It's
actually don't
hard.
believe it. I'm like, I don't see a world where Cole Palmer wins the Champions League or the Premier League at Chelsea.
No, neither do I. I hope I'm wrong for his sake. I mean, I don't like Chelsea
hope I'm
really.
wrong. Yeah, I
but-
don't.
So Cole Palmer, I'm saying go to Real Madrid in 2028.
7 or
2020
8.
2027.
Okay.
Assuming Chelsea don't win the Premier or the Champions League in the next 2 years, go to Real Madrid in 2027, get Endrick in return. Chelsea.
After Endrick's done his Lyon spell, and then he'll do a season at AC
AC
Milan.
Milan, then he'll go to
and
Chelsea.
then he'll
on
go to
permanent.
Chelsea.
It's like the
If this
reverse João
happens-
Felix.
If this happens, wow.
That would be the most generational shot ever. I
can
really
see
think
it.
it's not impossible. What
Yeah,
we've
I
just
can
said.
see it.
Let's go to Italy. Let's go to AC Milan. Rafael Leao. Slightly different trajectory in that he's a bit older. He's only 26, I think we established. But his career at Milan is kind of tapering off a bit. He's not at the same, like, wow, Rafael Leao.
He was such a highlights player for that period about
Yeah.
2 years ago, where you just see the physical attributes were insane. The ball carrying, the speed. But it kind of just seems like he can never put it together and long enough, and he can never progress. Doesn't
Yeah.
seem like he's added to his game. I mean, I don't claim to watch a lot of AC Milan, but whenever I watch him, it's like, has he improved at all?
Yeah.
If anything, has he regressed? Like,
I think, you know who he kind of reminds me of, and it's not just because they play in the same position, they both have the same haircut, is Wilfried Zaha, in that, like, he was, like, really good, and I I feel like his trajectory was like that, and then it's like, okay, he kind of probably needed to go somewhere else at some point, but then a move didn't materialise, and his form kind of starts to dip a bit, and then teams don't want to pay the money that's required to get him out of Milan, and then you risk just spiralling, and he could be in Turkey by the time he's 28.
Yeah, I was thinking I could see him at Wolves.
What? Mate, I mean, unbelievable coup.
I could see. No, not now, but I could see him at Wolves in like 3 years.
Championship, roughly. How goes to
Wolves. The season they get re-promoted in 2 years. Rafael Leao's left wing.
No, he's so turkey coded, Rafael Leao.
Yeah,
so turkey
I see
coded.
it. Yeah.
But who?
Where can he go
offers him
now?
a lifeline?
It's one of those things where I worry that he's, like you said, he should have moved like 1 or 2 years ago, 18 months ago, and now it's like his stock is lower. I don't see a club that's bigger than AC Milan taking a gamble on him right now.
No. I mean,
and that's where it's difficult. It's like when maybe he should just stay at AC Milan. But
he's got 7 goals this year.
Yeah.
Which is not bad. He's actually playing more up front.
Okay.
Very similar to what Wilfried Zaha did at Palace. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
this guy's basically Wilfried Zaha. Obviously, long-term link to Arsenal. Could represent a good value move for Arsenal if they can get him on the cheapish. Because we spoke last week about getting Barcola or getting Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Rafael Leao would be the cheapest of those 3.
Is Rafael Leao right now at the time of recording an upgrade on Martinelli for them? I know you're a hater of Martinelli.
Yeah, I am. So I would say
I'm not a hater, but I think it probably still is a slight.
Yeah. If you could go and get Rafael Leao for like 60 million quid.
But then you
70
compare
million
it to,
quid.
so if Arsenal were competing for the title against City go and get Semenyo, who's clearly a better player. Is it like like if you have to compare it, like if they're 2 boxers going at it, 2 heavyweight boxers, and they're slogging out, right? And Arsenal throwing back Leao to a Semenyo punch. I'm like, is it a title pushing signing?
I'm not sure that Semenyo is clearly better than Leao.
Oh, I think he is.
I think Leao still has a higher ceiling.
I don't dispute that, but I don't bet like Leao is not a better footballer than Semenyo.
Right now,
not a chance.
Like if you had to have one of them for the last 6 months of the season, it is Semenyo. I would agree.
I think Semenyo was the hottest like property in the Premier League. Like who was going to pick him up?
Also, in more classic Wilfried Zaha fashion, I see a lot of clips of Leao where he's like so main man at Milan. Where would he cope with being not a small fish in a big pond, because he is a big fish naturally, but would he go to Arsenal and be willing to charge up and down the left and track a marauding right back for 90 minutes? Who knows? So we've kind of skirted the question there. What is next for Rafael Leao?
I honestly think that I don't see anyone picking him up or taking a gamble on him. I think it's probably stay at AC Milan and become a nearly man. That's my prediction.
You think Rafael Leao is destined to be a nearly man?
I think so. I think it'll be like, remember those like unbelievable, 6 months, a year that he had, and then he kind of just stayed there for too long and missed his move.
2 years left on his contract. I reckon. See if you can flirt with a little Arsenal cheeky little bid in the summer, just for being a versatile option. Because they're going to get rid of Trossard probably at some point, because he's like 30.
Yeah.
Martinelli, I think they're just cash him in him. Swap deal.
Martinelli to AC Milan. Martinelli is an AC Milan player.
AC Milan have a big role to play in a lot of the future transfers that we're proposing here. They need to take Endrick on loan, and they need to take Martinelli from Arsenal.
Yeah, okay.
They're building a Brazilian team. It works though. It just works. Yeah, I reckon Rafael Leao try and
orchestrate an Arsenal.
Don't sign a new contract to AC Milan and try and orchestrate a move and force Milan to cash in at some point. That would be my suggestion.
I'd like to see him in the Prem.
Yeah, so would I. Chelsea as well. But he won't fit
Tottenham.
that model. Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
It's not a step up, but it's a step.
That would be a big move. Xavi Simons to Rafael Leao behind Kolo Muani.
Yes.
I don't mind it.
On paper, it's a great team.
Let's go to your team.
Fulham or Macclesfield.
Macclesfield. Liam Dawson. I know Macclesfield player, guys. Don't worry about it. Harry Wilson.
I feel like this is so unfair, man.
Now, Harry Wilson, to be clear, we are not grouping him with Harvey Elliott and Kobbie Mainoo in that he needs minutes.
Yeah,
and
he's in a great spot.
Yeah, obviously you would think that. But what I'm saying is he was highly rated at Liverpool, one of their best youngsters.
Yeah.
Then, did he go straight to Fulham from Liverpool? Or did he go somewhere else
Bournemouth.
first?
I think he was at Bournemouth.
Of course he was at Bournemouth. Then, he kind of just looked like he would turn into a middle-of-the-road Prem player.
Yeah.
It's fair to say he's probably one of the breakout stars of the season.
Oh, mate, you must have seen the Twitter compilations being made of him.
You
know when you're getting Twitter compilations.
He's the most compilationable player in the Premier League right now.
The outside of the boot. He seems to caress everything with the outside of his left boot.
Even the goal he scored against Liverpool, the one-on-one, he just buried it bottom corner.
Just
It's an
whacked
unbelievable
it,
finish. But like, can you see him? And look, I can openly talk about Mark Gay and Adam Wharton leaving, so
Mm.
I won't call you a salty
No.
trying to sell your own players. Can you see Harry Wilson getting moved to a bigger club?
Yeah, I can. He's out of contract, so I think that's a big
When?
problem. Summer. And he's not signed anything yet. That's why he's playing so well. These players,
Contract year.
contract year,
Classic.
they absolutely step up. Yeah, of course I can. I think he's been made captain of Wales. I mean, he's been our best player. He's definitely hot property. But as a Fulham fan, I'm like, you're safe here.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep growing. You're gonna get minutes. You'll be the first name on the team sheet. Does he want to move to? When I look at Harry Wilson, I think Tottenham is a team that I could see him go to, and I just think, is that a
Tottenham
move?
is such a destination for a player like Harry Wilson.
And I just think, like, do you really look? You're gonna get paid more. I get it. It's a bigger club than Fulham.
Not much more. Spurs
Yeah,
don't play.
that's
Oh,
what I mean.
they have changed that now, but they historically don't pay that well.
But it's obviously a bigger club,
Yeah,
and they do play in Europe occasionally. I just think, like,
most years.
I'm definitely biased when I say this, because if I was looking at it from an outside of a Fulham fan perspective, I'd be like, yeah, obviously you go to Tottenham, it's a step up, but it just stinks. It just rots. It's just like, is it gonna, like, if he got a move to Arsenal, never gonna happen. But if it had a move to someone, I'd be like, oh mate, go and
It's kind of
absolutely
like what
smash it.
happened with Eze, to be
And I'm
honest.
sure you feel the same way with Gay if he goes to Man City.
You want them to go to a big. You want them
go-
to go to a clear step up.
If Gay went to Tottenham,
oh,
you'd
mate.
be like,
That's why-
really?
That's
Like,
why I was really underwhelmed by Eze to Spurs. I was like,
come on,
whereas
yeah.
Arsenal, I was like, boyhood club.
Yeah.
They're probably going to win the league. Class.
Plus, you've already got an Arsenal Eze shirt. You had
Exactly.
both.
Yeah. My second team. So that's great. What about Harry Wilson to Aston Villa?
Again,
the Harvey Elliott replacement.
I won't be biased. For him, it's a great move. You get to work with Emery. You get to play in Europe. This is a team that's third in the league right now, but it still has a little bit of that, like, ugh,
Yeah, it's not got the prestige.
yeah.
How much would it
It's not
cost? to get
sexy. It's not sexy.
How much would it cost to get Harry Wilson out of Fulham? Do you think?
No, right now, with 6 months on his contract, if he really wanted to go,
Let's say you trigger
Nothing.
a 2-year extension.
um,
Let's say he's got like just an average length contract.
I think
It's hard to say
it would
because he's
all-
only really had like half a good season.
I think you could get him for 40 million, 50
really,
million,
I think I was gonna say 50.
because if you turned his head.
Yeah.
You know, if it was a club that he wanted to go to, I think because of how much of, like, how well he's been and how good he's been for us, I don't necessarily think the club would have much grounds to stand in the way.
Yeah, and that's important for a team like Fulham and for a team like Palace. I always say this, like, don't be afraid to sell your players, because if you're willing to sell them, players are more likely to join you.
Yeah.
Realistically,
What's the if a big offer comes in for
You-
Harry Wilson
don't
and
block him
we just
leaving.
block him and we force him to stay, and he's what, 28 now? I'm guessing 27, 28.
And then his value will just tank.
If his
as
value
well.
tanks and he's sitting there rotting on the bench because he's fallen out with the management, then what's the point?
28 is much. Do you
I
know
think
Scott
he's
McTominay is 29, by the way? Isn't that mental?
I thought he was younger.
So did I. Yeah, also that the age thing. People love to buy age now, don't they? So like, if he's 28, you're not going to get much more than 50.
Yeah, I mean, I could look. Villa would be a good move for him. Let's be honest. As would.
Man United.
I mean, from a career, it would. It just is. You can't send out Man United for
but he
Fulham.
played for Liverpool, might not be willing to make the move.
Yeah, he was
not
there
really
at the
plays for
academy,
both.
but I don't think he's a Welsh lad. I don't know if he's a Liverpool fan.
Maybe he should move to Swansea. Wrexham,
Wrexham. Yeah, I was just.
the Ryan Reynolds project. He could be in the next Deadpool.
What do
So-
you think he does?
I think he stays at Fulham.
I think he stays at Fulham. I think we give him a huge, lucrative deal,
Get him to stay.
get him to stay, and he's just been brilliant. It's great to see, you know, because he's a player that absolutely smashed it in the Championship for us. Came up to the Prem, kind of didn't hit the heights for like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Always injured, didn't really star when he could, and now it's like he's made it his position.
He's found his feet. It's good to see.
It's good to see. Yeah.
Harry Wilson stay at Fulham. Next up we're going back to Italy.
AC Milan.
The other Milan. We're going to Bastoni.
Yeah.
Who is he still regarded as one of the best centre backs in the world? Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
But perennial nearly man.
He is.
Lost
Two Champions
League finals. Inter Milan had a bit of a stinker last season in terms of being nearly men. What next for him? Does he stay at Milan? Inter Milan?
I think he probably
Inter?
stays at Milan, but I think for his career, like I don't know why we didn't raise this in the last episode either, but Real Madrid need a centre back.
Feels like a big statement
Bastoni.
signing. Also, again, because he plays in Italy, like, you can normally get decent value because most Italian clubs are just completely financially ruined.
I feel like the Italian players never want to leave the league.
No, they don't. That's
So-
true. No, you don't. Italians don't actually tend to do. Although Fabio Cannavaro did
Yeah.
join Real Madrid, but that was from Juve.
20 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's a good point. You don't really see many of them like really prosper. If you think of like Italian legends of the national team, like Buffon, mainly Serie A, Totti, Del Piero,
Yeah.
Pirlo.
Well, we do a lot of those short games.
Maldini, Nesta. They all just stayed in Italy.
Whenever we do like a lot of these games, the short games, it's like naming an Italian for this team in England. I'm always like,
Not many.
So hard.
Yeah.
It's not many. So it's it'd be the same for Real Madrid. We did Italian Real Madrid, something like that. Outside of Cannavaro, it's like don't think they have one.
Yeah, it's true. But then Serie A doesn't have the same juice.
I don't think an Italian's played for Barcelona. I think that's something that we found out on this podcast episodes ago. Jacob will have to fact check.
Thiago Motta. I think he played for Barcelona. Zambrotta played for Barcelona.
What am I thinking of? There was definitely something, Jacob, wasn't there, where we were like Italian at Barcelona and we couldn't. Maybe we just didn't have the ball knowledge that you do.
Italian at Man United, Makeda.
Yeah, Zambrotta did.
But you're just a freak for it, man. You would know.
I know ball.
But yeah, Bastoni. It does feel like he could be a step up to league.
I think Real Madrid's a good shout.
Real Madrid's a good shot. They've got aging centre backs that can't stay fit.
Bastoni and Huijsen. That's such
Bastoni
a woke
and Huijsen.
centre back partnership, isn't it? That's
not
like...
as woke as Gahey and Huijsen would be.
Yeah, that's true. I like that. I think Bastoni to Real Madrid's a good shout.
Yeah.
Or he'll just stay at Inter.
He'll probably stay at Inter. I'm assuming he's a fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd imagine he came through the academy.
We're just making so many assumptions about Italian.
We're just guessing.
Yeah.
There's an Italian watching now. Luke has clicked off.
Yeah, it's actually Bastoni.
Bastoni.
Bastoni. I think let's back him to go to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Real Madrid movement in this podcast today.
Well, Real Madrid just. I mean, hot
Harry
take,
Wilson, Real Madrid.
I can see it. I can see it over Arda Güler. We've got two more. Let's go for what is something of a double whammy.
Right.
Got a few Arsenal boys here.
Shock.
We've got one who's probably going to win the Premier League this year, assuming he stays at Arsenal, and one who is not going to because he's currently at Brentford. Let's start with Reece Nelson.
He was at Fulham. He was brilliant for us.
What did you think of Reece Nelson at Fulham?
We loved him. I think we wanted him. So it was a shame he went to Brentford. I don't really know. I know you wanted him as well at Palace.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I don't know why. I
I
it's
think
not
I
worked out
pushed for us to sign him on this podcast, actually, and it just never happened.
Yeah, I really liked him. I mean, issues for us was he just was brilliant and then got injured.
Yeah.
Story of his career. Can't really stay fit. Which I don't know. Is that what's happening at Brentford? I actually don't know.
He's only played 50 league minutes. No, because I think he played in a cup.
I was going to look it up. I don't know why he's not played.
I think he played in a cup for them.
I think he's only been ill for like 2 weeks this season, and he's been fit for the rest of it.
He's just getting no minutes.
So
I think
he's
it's
just
just not
been ill.
worked out. He's evidently talented.
He's so good, but yeah, he can't get minutes.
Has the ship sailed for him now? Is he just I mean, calling him a nearly man maybe feels even generous. But he was so highly rated when he was
the ship's
little.
not sailed. I mean, he's definitely got a
He was
future.
little. He was younger. Sorry, carry
What
on.
are you saying?
I said he was so highly rated when he was little, but I meant like when he was
That's
younger.
something weird about that.
Yeah,
when he was
sorry.
little.
Sorry about that.
No, mate. I think the future for him is obviously it's not working at Brentford, but second half of the season you never know. But if it doesn't work at Brentford, I think just get a permanent transfer away from Arsenal, join a Everton, join a Palace, join
I think
a Fulham.
his wages are fat. Is part of the problem.
Well, yeah, but
I'm pretty sure
maybe he'll run his contract down. How long has he got at Arsenal?
Oh, he might only have a year left.
So run it down and
He
then
might
go
only have a
on
year
a free agent to Palace, Everton,
He'll have a lot of suitors.
Sunderland. I don't know, just a team around that level that he can just play.
He
week
needs
in,
to
week out.
rebuild.
Yeah.
I don't think he should go somewhere where he thinks he's going to start every week. He needs to go somewhere again. Like, see who gets Europe this year. It's probably going to be a team with a squad that can't handle Europe based on how the Prem's going. Like, that's just what seems to happen.
Yeah.
A team like Palace last year would have been a good example. Like, you're going to get minutes.
Yeah.
So just ease back in. Come to Palace. I said
Newcastle?
previously. No, I don't think he's good enough.
No.
No, I don't think. They've also got a lot of wingers. They've got Murphy, they've got Elanga, they've got Barnes, and they've got Gordon.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting in above any of them. Maybe like in theory he is, but in practice,
No, I feel you.
Come to Palace, Reece. Let's talk about Nwaneri,
Yeah.
who is a bit of a weird one. Like, think about this time last year. I watched Leicester Arsenal on TV when Arsenal were ravaged by injuries. Nwaneri got an assist, was man of the match, and they compared him to Messi for coverage. They said like that's really Messi-esque, but he's barely played for Arsenal this year.
I think he's a victim of his own success, right? Because he broke in so young
Yeah.
that actually, if you look at his development, it's fine that he's on the bench most of the
Yeah.
time. But because he was in that key role and breaking through so early, it just looks different. It's kind of the
Yeah.
same with Mars Lewis Skelly. Like when he gets rested for Calafiori, there's a lot of haters on,
Yeah.
oh, why is he benched all the time? He can't be that good. And you're like, he's a child.
Yeah, he needs
Like,
to just... But
How old is Nwaneri? He's got to be 17?
Yeah, I think he's 18. But the only worry with that is that again, Arsenal play a lot of games. He doesn't seem to get on ever.
Mm.
And he was, but I guess they've got Madueke and Eze now, who are just naturally going to be above him.
They're
in the
putting a
pecking order.
15-year-old over him.
Yeah, it's like and that's I think Max
Max
Dowman
Dowman.
might affect Manery's long-term
Yeah.
trajectory,
'Cause
because
you can't-
Dowman is like
yeah.
I think Dowman is high rated
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the context of the Arsenal. I mean, they're obviously both like in theory elite talents, but Dowman is
Dowman is high
younger
rated,
and
yeah,
is
yeah.
obviously amazing.
Yeah.
Should Manery? I think it's just loan.
I think it's loan. I think he's still
prime
so
loan.
young that he should just loan.
Yeah,
We're linked with him. Fulham are linked with him.
really.
Yeah.
Well, he was heavily linked to Bournemouth as a potential Semenyo replacement.
Yeah, makes sense. as
Someone
well.
like that just.
That's a good move for him. I think that's a better move for him than Fulham. I think he gets more minutes.
Yeah,
but I
Arsenal
would
were not
like
going
him.
to. Arsenal were not going to want to sell him
No, you
because
can't.
he was linked to Chelsea over the summer, and
Arsenal are famous for not selling players for any profit. They don't make any money on players, and it's like that's got to change at some point. And Waneri's a player that if they could develop him a little bit on loan,
yeah,
he could definitely be like what 30,
You could-
40 million. He's
oh,
a big.
more than that.
You know
I
what I mean? No,
reckon.
but if he's just on loan, if he's in the Arsenal team, obviously
Yeah.
way more. But if he's gone to Bournemouth on loan, looks quite good. Next season he comes to Fulham on loan, looks quite good. Maybe then you cash in and you just sell
Yeah.
him for like 40 million to a Fulham or a Bournemouth.
I think out of principle they won't cash in. Although they're because Dalman and Nwaneri play in very
Homegrown.
similar positions,
Yeah, homegrown. That's a lot of props.
they probably should cash in on one of them. I mean, not now.
Dalman. It's never going to be Dalman.
Do you not think?
Well, not in the next 4 years.
No.
Kid's 15, mate.
It's mental,
You're going to give him
isn't it?
time, aren't you?
So Nwaneri, what about do you think he should go in January?
I think, even as a Fulham fan, I would want him, but I think he should go to Bournemouth. If
Really?
he gets regular minutes guaranteed there for Semenyo as a replacement,
Mm.
see how that works out.
Yeah.
Review everything in the summer, mate. Maybe look at a move, but I just don't think Arsenal will sell him. At
No,
18 years old, I just don't think they sell him.
I think he said he wants to stay. I think I read that he said that he like thinks he could learn more in art, just being in and around
Yeah,
Arsenal
yeah.
squad now than he would do going on loan to Bournemouth.
The issue is, isn't it, though, if Saka and Madueke are on the right, like we just said, obviously Rafael Leao's going to sign for Arsenal, so that's
Yeah.
going to happen. But if they do go get another left winger, they've also got Trossard, Martinelli, so it doesn't fit in there. They've got Odegaard and Eze, and you're like, where are you're not going to play? So yeah,
Especially
you might
in
say
this-
you learn stuff, but
in
you'd learn a
this-
lot of Bournemouth playing every week.
Yeah,
do that.
exactly. But and this iteration of Arsenal is like, we're not here to develop young players. We're here to win every.
Yeah.
At the time of recording, they could, in theory, win the quadruple.
And they're going to prioritise Max Dowman.
Yeah, do you think?
In that they play the same position, they're going to prioritise Max Dowman getting those fleeting minutes and coming
Yeah.
in and just learning. They can't do that with Ranieri
He-
and Dowman.
The talk about Darwin of like when Declan Rice was like he can train with us, he's like technically one of the best players. He's 15. You didn't
You
hear
don't
that
hear
about
that.
Ranieri.
Yeah.
I know he's obviously amazing, but you don't hear that same
didn't see the-
level.
You didn't see the clips of like, those like under 18 games that happen. And
Yeah.
you see like
Mate, did you
Max
see that-
Dowman like under 18 dribbling through like four
Yeah.
people and rouletting and scoring.
That Bayern, the
And
goal
you're
he scored against Bayern.
I mean, playing against Bayern Munich in an
Yeah.
elite game and doing that. It's just, you didn't see that with Ranieri either.
No, you don't. The last player. This is an interesting one. Jared Bowen.
Oh,
Now, I don't think I was going to say let's assume West Ham go down. I don't think we actually need to assume that because I think Jared Bowen probably should leave West Ham regardless.
yeah, and
Let's
he
be
will.
completely honest here.
We
but-
should, yeah.
Is he in the realm, again, the Wilfried Zaha realm in a different way of too valuable to West Ham, too expensive for a buying team?
Yeah.
Where if West Ham go down, it's different. I think he'll have a pick of clubs if West Ham go down. But if West Ham don't go down, who is buying Jared Bowen for like 60 mil?
Yeah, he's not.
No one.
Yeah, he's not going to the top 3 teams in the league, top
No.
4. So you start looking at Spurs and Villa, and then you think they're not spending that money.
He wouldn't go to Spurs, I don't think, out of principle.
No, of
The
course
West Ham
not.
thing. Villa.
But you look at that level, those Newcastle, Villa, Spurs. Obviously not Spurs, but those are the level that I think he would naturally transition to. And I just
Newcastle
think,
and Villa would be a great move for him.
yeah,
I
it'd be
think.
good for him. But I just think would he?
Let's play. Let's say West Ham are going to go down, which
Actually,
looks
don't know
likely
if-
right now.
Yeah,
At the time of recording, they've been sticking out all season, but they're like 7 points adrift
Mm.
right now, I think, and they're playing terribly.
yeah.
So, let's say they go down. Where should he go
If I was him, we're
if you were him?
a realistic pick of clubs.
And I think the price tag for Bowen will be realistic if they go down. I think
think-
most clubs will see it as good value.
Newcastle.
I think Villa.
I'd go Newcastle. I think he'd get more. Would he get more? Is it a better project? I think Newcastle overall is a better project.
Both moving out of London though, and he has, of course, got a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
Are they going to want to move to Newcastle? I would say almost definitely not, especially considering Daddy Dyer, senior or junior, they can't live in Newcastle. They have to live in London. Come to Palace. How about that?
Yeah,
Fulham?
no,
Harry Wilson replacement.
Fulham. No, we wouldn't.
Harry Wilson to Villa, Jared Bowen to Fulham.
No, as much as I love Fulham, I think Jared Bowen's too good to make the move to Fulham. I think it's Newcastle or Villa.
I saw the other day that a lot of Villa players live in London, and they get a van to training most days.
Was that an hour and a half?
And they have like a bed in the back of the van, so they can sleep on the way there.
It's actually not that far.
It's not.
It's
But
probably an hour
it's
and a
not
half
that far.
drive if you live in like West
Villa,
London.
It's got to be Villa for Jared Bowen. It's got to be. Surely.
I don't know if is it a sexy enough move to entice him away from West. I think if they went down, West Ham fans would understand, so it wouldn't be in bad blood. But would moving to Villa disrupt his legacy? West Ham, if they stayed up, would people be going? Would West Ham fans? I think they would be go. What are you doing? Why are you going to Villa? Like if you went to Chelsea, if you went to Arsenal, or if you went to Man United, or if you went to Man United. Manchester United just fell out of my mouth, and I think it works.
To go, West Ham receive a £70 million move from Man United. Why have they done that? It really cost. We only value him at 50, and then that's actually a good shout. But then no. I'm going to overrule you on this.
Buemo,
Ahmad. Even Manchester United.
No, but they're so good at building a bad squad. They're
do
so
that.
good at bad squad
Surely
building.
even Man United wouldn't do that.
They would 100% buy a third right winger instead of buying a left winger. They would. They would. You know they would.
I think Villa's the play.
No, I agree.
Jared.
I like it. I just don't think it's very. I don't think it's a big step up for him. I think he could go to Villa and on the topic we're discussing, easily still then just be a nearly man. He'd do 3 years at Villa and win nothing. You wanted to go win something. He's got more of a chance of winning something at Newcastle, or way more of a chance, even though they are pony and Man United.
You think he's got more of a chance of winning something at Newcastle Man United than he has at Villa?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, history would agree with you. Villa's not won anything in my life.
No, they're due. They are due a trophy. And
they've got
the
to win one
managers
this
to do
year.
it. They've got to win one this year. Yeah.
Maybe Jared Bowen is the key to that. I mean, they're not going to sell him in January. Imagine they sold him in Jan. That'd be so funny.
I think the
That'd
stadium,
be so
the stadium would be
it's somehow even more toxic than it is now. So let's just quickly run through these at the top line. Harvey Elliott, stay at Liverpool.
Yeah, go back to Liverpool. Stay at Liverpool.
Kobbie Mainoo, stay at Man United.
Yeah,
fine. Job Bellingham, come to the Prem.
Go to a Premier League team. Go to Everton. Go to a team at that level. Palace.
Endrick, go on loan to AC Milan for a year, then go to Chelsea.
Whilst Cole Palmer,
then we can lead on to Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer
who should
goes
go to Real Madrid in a swap deal, maybe
Endrick.
money plus cash, depending on how the players are doing form wise for Endrick.
Right.
Assuming Chelsea don't win the Premier League or the Champions League in the next 2 years, which I think we can fairly safely assume.
Yeah,
maybe the Champions League is not out of the question. Rafa Leao, run your contract down a little bit more. Force AC Milan to cash in, move to Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm loving this.
This is great. Harry Wilson, stay at Fulham. I
Yeah,
think we agreed on that. Unbiased, of course. Bastoni, try and go to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
If not, go to Inter Milan because you're an Inter Milan fan. Probably.
Yeah.
We're not sure.
We
about
think.
that.
Yeah, we know he's got.
Might have to fact
Inter
check
Milan
that one.
curtains.
Reece Nelson, also come to Palace. Go to Fulham. Go to Palace.
Yeah, I think we said.
Rebuild. Your
Rebuild.
career.
Yeah.
Don't make a Hollywood.
Run
move.
out your contract, earn all your money, and then get a free
Think about
move
it.
to a Fulham or a Palace.
Nwaneri, we didn't actually agree on that. I'll back you on that. Go to Bournemouth on loan.
Yeah, go to Bournemouth on loan, short term,
For
see
6
what happens.
months. And then finally, Jared Bowen. I think go to Villa. You think go to Newcastle.
I think
or to Man
Newcastle.
United.
I think Newcastle. I think Bowen, Gordon, Voltemada, or Visser up front. It's a nice
It's a very
front three.
blonde front three.
Visser.
Yeah. Apart from Visser, Voltemada, Gordon, and Bowen.
Bowen.
They're
I
all
like
blonde.
that. I like that.
It's fate. And Eddie Howe manager, also blonde.
Yeah.
And Jolinton and Bruno G, also blonde sometimes. Anyway, that was productive. Again, players, if you're listening, I think you're all friends of the show. You're welcome. Feel free to
give us your opinions.
Yeah, what you think about that, and let us know if you think we missed any players to talk about, because there are lots of nearly men, potential nearly men. We've kind of preempted nearly men here. We know we know what a Neely man looks like. We've seen many of them in our lives.
Yeah, we put a lot of thought into this one, so I don't think there's anyone obvious we missed. But I bet the first comment's going to come through, and we're going to
What
be like,
about this
how
guy?
do we not talk about that?
Shit.
Yeah.
So
But
let us
yeah.
know who we missed. Tell us we're an idiot down below. Any final words from you?
No, just if you've enjoyed, please do rate us 5-star. It actually makes a massive difference, and we've seen our podcast on the Spotify realm near other big podcasts in playlists and things, and it got me quite excited seeing that.
Let's freaking go, dog.
Yeah, it's quite cool. I don't know what we're doing there.
We're just cooking up something crazy.
Just cooking up
Thanks to
something
our good friends at Red Bull.
crazy. Shout out Macclesfield as well. Keep doing your
Again,
thing.
yeah,
Keep beating Premier League
we don't have to
teams.
do that every week.
We
We
will.
don't, I'm
We
over
will.
it.
And Crystal Palace have still not won an FA Cup game since they won the FA Cup. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Episode. Podcast. We do podcasts.
Yeah, shut up, mate.